Now that we have introduced our myth, let's talk about some of our definitions.
It is a natural instinctive state of mind, deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationship with others.
Personality is defined as the relatively enduring patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that distinguish individuals from one another. In other words, a trait. It is often mistaken with emotion, which is a temporary state of mind.
Through some of the extensive research done by Jennifer and Allison, we have found that our myth originates from societal beliefs, and we have found that raising children does not necessarily lead to them having similar personalities in their adulthood, as there are a number of outside factors that influence personality types both in and outside of the home. Some of the factors that determine personality are siblings. Children who are raised differently by their parents may develop different personalities due to things such as how much attention they want from their parents. Siblings may dislike each other because of their different personalities. Another factor is trauma, such as death, divorce, or sexual assault. We have found that another attributing factor to our personalities is our environment, such as our cultural background, our geographic location, our work, as well as our school, including social media, friendships, and other interests. When conducting the interviews, I thought it would be best to interview one friend and one girl in my class that I kind of know, but not really, just so we could kind of have not too much of a bias. Now let's talk to one of my good friends, Karen.
Hi, I'm Karen. I have two siblings. I have an older and a younger. I'm a middle child. We're three girls. Okay, so how would I describe my personality? So I consider myself to be a very introverted person. I like to keep to myself. I like to just like have time alone. I like my space. But I can be very snarky and sarcastic sometimes. I don't know. I consider myself to be very, like, go with the flow, kind of, like, more laid back, than, like, I don't know. So, yeah. Okay. How has your environment affected you and your personality? Okay, so I grew up in a fairly large family. I had 19 cousins, and they're all very loud, and they range from like a broad span of ages. So like, I don't know, I feel like, and I'm also a middle child, so it was very easy for me, both in my nuclear family and my extended family, to retreat back into myself a little bit more. It was easier for me to pass under the radar, to not have to talk. I know there are times where I didn't have to speak at all at a family gathering because like there were so many people just moving around. So it was very easy for me to just like not have to say anything. And then I think I'm kind of more go with the flow and more laid back. Because of that, like there's so many people that you just have to like deal with what you're given. Like you could be like, oh, you could for example, you'd be like, oh, we'll eat at this place today, and then 5 people agree, and then the rest are like, no. So then you have to get used to like just going with the flow and like just letting it go. Just let it go. But I think as I do consider myself introverted, but I also recognize that like when I'm in a place where I'm comfortable and where I feel like I am like in a safe space, I can be very like loud. I become an extrovert within my own group where I wouldn't do or say something normally. I can say in that group setting with people that I connect with, and I think part of my being whole I can be sarcastic is because like when you grow up with two siblings, you're always either in a fight or watching a fight, or someone's not talking to someone. Well, not always. There's still like a lot of love there, but like you have to like come up with ways. You can't just like have someone insult you and then like not say anything back. So like I think that contributed to that, and also with that introversion, not only because of big family, but like the school I went to as a kid, it was a small private Catholic middle school. I think max was 40 kids. I think we had 38 in the graduating class. So like it was very much a bubble. So like it's easier to like stay in that small bubble mindset, and the same with high school as well. We had 136 in our graduating class, so it was a very small setting, and now I go to a large public university with like 17,000 students or something, so it's a big leap from like 400 to 17,000. So like it's easier for me to retreat back into myself when there's so many people just going around. I also grew up in a suburbs area. I wasn't like a country bumpkin, and I wasn't like an inner city kid. I was just in the suburbs, and that was also like a bit of a bubble, so it was very easy to look inward and not really recognize or realize what was going on outside of that bubble. It was a very like innocent childhood, as I think it should be, but it was a very innocent, very loving childhood. So I don't know, I feel like those all contributed to where I am. But yeah.
Now let's hear from Sam to see what she has to say about the myth in terms of her upbringing and how that's affected her personality. Like just your name.
Okay, so my name is Samantha Van Dyke.
And how many siblings do you have?
Well, do you count half siblings?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1, 2, 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your personality?
My personality. Well, I feel like I'm very determined. And I'm always determined and motivated to like be better because I want to make my family proud.
And how do you think your environment has affected your personality?
My environment.
So,
So
like
I've been graced with a lot of great educational opportunities, and I think that's shaped me into being more of an eloquent like speaker, if that's what you mean. I think if I didn't have the people surrounding me that I did, that I would be an entirely different person. I wouldn't be as outgoing. I would be entirely more antisocial. Yeah.
Now that we've heard from our interviewees, let's talk about the community that is affected by our myth. The community most affected by our myth is parents, as parents are the ones who are raising their children. Psychologists can provide support to parents by helping them understand how important the community around their children is in determining their child's personality. That is the end of our Mythbuster project. Thank you so much for watching.